As you can see, we've got the Dark Base Pro 900 revision 2. I was about to say revision 3. Maybe there might be revision 3 coming soon, I don't know. No, but basically we're going to talk about like the new highlights of the actual case, what's different, what you're getting for your money if you buy the revision 2 rather than revision 1. And obviously you can see in this box, I don't think you see it, silence wings, airflow control, noise insulation, RGB LEDs, and a premium German case. So let's find out. So if you're interested in buying the Dark Base Pro 900, you're probably wondering, why should I buy this, or why should I buy the Revision 1 or Revision 2, which is Revision 2 is this one. And both of them, highly versatile, and that means that it's highly versatile and modular. A lot of modularization that goes into and thought into this case. This case can actually fit up to 420 in a radiator as well. And the fact is that it comes with a shroud, you can cover up your cables, good cable management, and versatility is that you can turn and invert the motherboard in different ways that you couldn't do with normal cases. And you can take the top off, you can take the side off. There's a link in the description down below where I've went through most of all this before. But we really want to know what else is the highlights of this case. So let's get on with it. First off, we've got the motherboard looks slightly, oh there we go, that's better now. Right, so basically you can take this motherboard out. It does come with about 1 million screws. And a reason I'm not going to take it out in this video is because I've already done it before, and it did take me hours and hours and hours to remember where all the screws went, and I took everything apart, so it's an exploded view. So I'm going to leave a link in the description down below so you can check that out. But we are talking about the main highlights of why you want to buy the Revision 2. Obviously airflow is going to be perfect. Number one, I can notice straight away is that the 700, this is taking the attributes from the 700 with the shroud. You haven't got this bit that you can break off, but this is metal. But you've got the tabs on there that are really hard for me to get out. Screams quality. Right, so you've got the tabs, they come off, and then you can obviously it introduces more airflow, so you can have airflow going up as the heat rises, and circulation, obviously cool air brought in from the side vents, not through the front because there's no real grill on it, but we'll get to that in a minute. So we've got all of this, and that's pretty good. You can hide, basically this is to hide your cable management mess. And then with the 700, it had like these tabs went right up here, and then basically you had to feed your cables through, and it was really awkward. It could break your cables. But now it's slotted through, and as you can see, if I put this right here, you can have your cables and they're routed through the bottom of that power supply, which means it's easy to come through. I like that idea. No black bits on the fingers, standoffs, all on there. And this fits extended ATX motherboard, so you can use this as a server PC or a normal professional water cooling computer, or just a professional airflow computer, whatever you want to call it. It also got the cable management bits that I call at the back. These are for the hard drive bays, so you can put 3.25 inch hard drives in there. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 6 and 7 down there, and it comes with 3, and you've got 2 there built in, and then you've got 2 for a space. So that means when I look on the back here, which I'm going to show you now, you can use this as cable routing. If you're using this for water cooling and not for mechanical hard drives, using NVMe and SSDs, then obviously you can have an SSD at the top and an SSD at the bottom. So you can put 4 in here, and you can put 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. I don't know who's going to put that many SSDs in there, but yeah, well, anyway, some people are going to do that. You can put another SSD on here, so you screw it on and then it mounts out to the side. You've got a nice big finger width of room there to do some cable management in here. It has nice little tie-offs as well, all down, no, not down there, on here, inside there, all on here. It's got loads actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, freaking hell, 14. That's wicked. And then you've got your EPS connector hole. It made it nice and wide, so you can put your EPS connector through the hole. and obviously 24 pin and all that sort of stuff. And I like the grommets, they don't feel like they're going to come out. It's still annoying though. But anyway, you can take the drives out, put your mechanical hard drives in, and then you could, if you're not using mechanical hard drives or you're only using a few, then you can obviously use this as cable routing, and then you can route long cables going through like so. That would look pretty cool. The highlights of this case as well is that it comes with superior fans. That's what I should say. So if I spin this around, we have two Silent Wings free, and then another one. So there's 3 of them. They're 140, and that's awesome. That is cool because literally it will keep your case cool, and that's the whole point about it. So what's the next highlight, he asks. Right, so what is the other highlights of this case? Well, on the back here, we've got a stepless fan, PW fan. So basically you connect your PW fans, you could have it to, you can switch it from performance to silent. So in between that is up to your own preferences, but just on this fan switcher right here, you can switch it from performance and silent. And the whole point about it is called, shh, be quiet. Or, shh, I'm doing some performance. It doesn't work, does it? Right, so you can put a 420 at the top of this case, a radiator. And then you can put a radiator at the bottom, 280, or a 240, or a 120 at the back, or a 140 at the back, which is here. 120, 140, no slots to move up and down, it will just be positioned in one place. So if I was to put a radiator here and I had my motherboard here, it would stand out to be about here. Be a bit awkward, but then you can invert it and turn it around in different ways. But if I had a radiator at the top here, I'd have to use this thinner radiator, or I'll put the radiator at the top, had fans, I'll still be able to get to the EPS connector. So you could put literally a 420 at the top of this case. That is proper ridiculous, but that is awesome. So obviously you'll lose your DVD and Blu-ray drives, but then if you're using it for the full potential of water cooling and a full performance of cycling air through this case, then you're winning. This is all connected, as I can see. I think they've added pop rivet to this one, but technically this Stroud looks like it actually does come up. Okay, so you can actually remove this Stroud, so you can, everything's separate. So you've got a separate Stroud, whereas on the 700 you can take the sides off and the top, and it's still kind of there with the chassis on the side, but this can actually take off the whole thing, so that's pretty cool. And the fact is the PSU, what holds the PSU in, that you can take that completely out. Motherboard's completely separate. In fact, everything is fully modular. It is absolutely nuts. We still have the same tempered glass. As you can see, slightly tinted with a little bit of brown. It's got that brown texture or colour from back in the day. And yeah, I've never really been a fan of it, but when you actually put all your components in against the black, it does look and shine through really nice with the RGBs. It does also not interrupt your gaming and everything like that, so it's good to have it tinted, but some of us just prefer it see-through. But I still think it's a nice added feature. Tempered glass, tinted, and let's see if it hangs all right. It hangs okay. All right, cool. So at least you know you ain't gonna drop that and break it. Right, so let's talk about RGB. This case is obviously RGB as well. It comes with its own LED strips. I'm not too sure if this is RGB, but the way it looks like RGB strips. But you can also connect it with these cables, which is obviously connected to the case. And you know the ones that you get with MSI and Asus is, where are ya? I can't even see it. There it is, that one there, the 4-pin RGB strip. This is connected, and you've got 6 switchable, and especially you can connect it to the motherboard as well, especially if your motherboard's RGB. You can connect that up and have control or full control of the settings rather than using the software. So it gives you another option. That's pretty cool. Right, also, when I pulled these out, I should pull them back out again. You do have Type-C Generation 2, which is this cable, if I can find it. That comes as standard on this case now. Then you've got USB 3 for fast charging. You've got your eSATA connector as well. You've got another eSATA connector. You've got all your front I/O connectors. You've got HD audio. You've got your reset button, HD. What is it? Oh, you've got power switch and your LED thing. What was it called? HDD LED. That's the one. So you've got all them cables. They're all nicely braided. And nice cable management, and they're nice and long to be able to get to the case, and plus you can tie it up, and there's all nice cable tie points as well. Did I mention at the top that it does also have the Q charging? They call it Q, I call it just wireless charging. You can put your phone on it, like I've got a Galaxy Note 8, so I can put my phone, well I haven't got it on me, but yeah, you put your phone on the top and then you can charge it, and it makes life a lot easier, especially if you're gaming. And I think it's awesome to have, and they still got it. And I love it. It's got 3 years warranty, and also it's German quality. So just like a BMW or Mercedes or something like that, it's going to be good, top quality. And performance, it could be fast on the Autobahn, but obviously in England we can't go that fast. We can only go up 70 miles an hour, so on the Autobahn you can go as fast as you want. So technically this is from Germany, hopefully it will go as fast as what you want when you put all the right selective components in. Now, obviously, we'll get to the price right now, and then we'll talk about components. The price of this product, obviously in euros, is 269 euros and £259 English pounds and $269. And this will be out to purchase on the 3rd of July, which is obviously at 12 o'clock of this review. And you can also get this in orange, silver or black, and obviously this is the black edition. Let's get the technical stuff out of the way, because I don't know if I mentioned in the video before. So you can go from extended ATX all the way to mini ITX in this case. The size in width and height and depth in millimeters is 243 by 586 by 577. We have 2 times 5.25 inch external hard drives, up to 7 times 3.5 inch hard drives, 5 included, obviously I said, up to 14 times 2.5 inch, 10 included. We've got 8 expansion slots on the back. We've got 2 Silent Wings 3 fans, 140 in mil, and we've got a rear exhaust 1 time Silent Wings 3 times. Wings 3, I mean, 140 mil, and RPM speeds are at 1600. We've got optional fans, so front times 140, and we've got outer diameter cage bracket included. The top one you can put 3 140s, which means you can have a 420 radio at the top, 4 times 120, 1 times 180, PSU Strad is 1 times 120, bottom is 2 times 140 by 120. Optional radiators, front 120, 140, 240, 280, 360, 420, top 120, 140, 180, 240, 280, 360, 420, and rear 140, 120 with no slots, and basically you can't move it up and down, it's just where it's positioned. PSU maximum dimensions in millimeters. So CPU cooler up to 185, PSU 150 to 284, GPU 325 to 470 with or out hard drives or hard disk drives brackets. And the net weight is 16.52 gross and net's 15. Right, so we want to know what the RGBs do if you're interested in all of that. Switchable multi-mode, multi-colorable, expandable. So it's RGB LED lighting, white, red, green, blue, orange, purple, and sports motherboard LED control as well. Now let's talk about negative and positive air pressure. So obviously we've got an intake for the front. So we've got an intake for the front, but we've also got sound dampening. So we've got 4 or 5 mil padding as well to keep the dryers not making so much vibration and noise. But on the side we have got air ventilation that comes through, so cool air has been driven through for the 140 mil fans and circled straight through to the actual motherboard to blow over your hard drive. Your hard drives, you've got mechanical ones, or it's just literally going straight over the motherboard, going over the chipset, going over the CPU. So if you've got water cooled in, it can actually cool down the water that's in the tubing and give it better performance, and straight out to the exhaust, which is over here, the 140mm. But obviously you've got a power supply down here, and you've got heat that can exhaust down here. But obviously heat rises, so if we imagine it circling around and out, it comes through the top and through to the back through these grills, which is pretty cool. So we've got one grill there and then another grill at the top as well. So that's where the heat will be coming out of. And we also got ones from the side as well. So we've got airflow, so motherboard for the MOSFETs and the chokes, producing heat from the heat sink could be coming out through the side, up for the case and out as well. I think these could have been slightly a bit bigger for the air to like dissipate heat, but it still works, but it's a little bit restricted on the front for my liking. So this is the highlight of this actual Dark Base 900, which you do get a few more features than what you did from the 900. It's just a revision too. Now, if you haven't got this case already, then I highly recommend it, because obviously airflow is awesome in it. And the Dark Base 900, I recommend that as well. But if you're into Strouds, get this one. If you're not into Strouds, get the other one. If you're into to be honest with you, I think you should just get this one actually, because it's a bit, you got RGBs in it. So if you're into RGBs, then yeah. If you're not into RGBs and you're dedicated on performance and you don't care about the Stroud, then go for the Dark Base 900. But this one wins it for me a little bit. But I don't know whether, after I built into it, I don't know whether the Stroud is going to be restricting airflow in it. Hopefully not. But yeah, you get your, I forgot to even talk about the top. What you actually get in the top, you still get your normal bits. So you get your two USB 3s at the top there, microphone jack, headphone jack, power button, RGB switcher, in hard disk indicator, Type C, USB 3.1 Gen 2, and you also get a USB 3 charging for your mobile phone while you stick it on the QI charger or Q charger or QE charger or whatever charger you want to freaking call it. Just call it wireless charging on top, and it's still, is this metal or is it plastic? It feels like, feels like brushed metal, but I think this is plastic. But yeah, you're still getting high quality for this German artillery of a build. It is pretty cool, and I like the fact that you can invert stuff and everything like that. But don't get it twisted. If you are going to build into this computer, there's so many different ways you can build into it, and just remember to number your screws, because it does take ages to find out where everything is. And they did think about sound dampening as well, because sound dampening obviously for all those hard drives, especially if you're having it as a server computer, if you choose to, because obviously the price. If you're looking at this computer, you need the kind of the top of range computer, top of the range motherboard, RAM, graphics card in there is nice and big, decent power supply. I would go 750, 800 watts in this if you're going to do anything kind of decent in there, and decent CPU air cooler. BeQuiet do some decent CPU air coolers. In fact, I do have one, but I'll link it in the description down below, and that was their new revision of something 4, I think it is. I can't remember. Like, they're all like Dark Base this, Dark Pro that, Pure Base this, Pure. I can't keep up with BeQuiet. But anyway, shh, I'm gonna stop talking. Anyway, if you like this video, subscribe, share, like, follow me on everything, and yeah, check out some pictures on Instagram, because probably I have some pictures of this on Instagram if you want to check it out in more closer detail. And yeah, a link in the description down below where you can buy this, because you can buy this now at 12 o'clock of this video, British Standard Time, and 13 CST. I don't even know what that is, but anyway, see ya. Thanks for watching.